U.S. Engineer and HQ phase. This is your opportunity to clear the beaches of obstacles. Now, the way clearing beach obstacles works is depending on what sector you're playing. Look at the German fire card that you've previously played. Any area of obstacles, this is the row of hexes that you're going to be clearing obstacles from, that was not in the field of fire of a German activated defensive position, can be cleared of obstacles in submerged mines. As you move on to later stages of the game, submerged mines will become a problem, because on your landing checks, here's the example right here. If we were at a later stage in the game, this symbol would signify a submerged mine explosion, dealing damage to your units. So your engineers want to clear those submerged mines. So we can see red, purple, and blue fired. These are brown and orange fire zones. So they can be cleared of mines. So what we would go ahead and do is go ahead and clear a couple of these hexes. Finally, we move on to the U.S. action phase. Here's where the real challenge comes in. You are allowed to, for each sector of the map, you got your 1st Infantry Division covering the east side of the map. You got your 29th Infantry covering the west side. For each sector, you only get 2 actions. And it's going to be a constant battle for you to decide which is more important. So there is some good news, however. There are free actions that you can take. For example, your regular infantry, which really is the core of your forces, they get to take 1 free self-preservation move each turn. So when they come onto the beach, they can advance for free without burning 2 of your regular actions, as long as they're moving toward a protected hex side. Up here is the shingle, and you can see where the German fire drops off quite a bit, so you can move them forward toward that protected hex side for free. Now my tank unit, if I wanted to advance him, that's going to cost me 1 action. Now I only have 1 action left. If you wanted to, say, attack a German position, that's going to be an action. If you want to have artillery support for your attack on this German position, that's 1 action, 2 actions. And that'll be it for the whole turn. Additional actions you can perform, for example, are barrage actions that don't involve an infantry attack. What you can do is draw a card for your tank, and if the target symbol and target color match the symbol and the color of the units that are being barraging and being barraged, it's more likely to be successful. What you would do is look over here on your barrage table. It'll tell you if your German unit is disrupted or if it had no effect. We're just going to go ahead and assume that our barrage was successful, and this German unit will be disrupted on the next turn and unable to fire. So even though it burns an action, it is occasionally to your benefit to go ahead and take a shot at that barrage action. So how do you win the game? Well, you advance your troops try to wipe out German defensive positions and take control of their hexes. Victory points are awarded for each German defensive position and reinforcement hex that you control by the end of 16 turns. You're also awarded points if you can obtain control of these places on the map called draws. They're little valleys that lead off of the beach and up into the bocage country. I believe it's 16 points, 16 victory points. You win and you can move on to the advanced game. Now, what's going to lose this game for you? Well, more often than not, it's going to be infantry losses. Again, infantry losses are the core of your guys. If you lose too many infantry, you're going to be demoralized. Game over. 8 infantry in the infantry loss box for each sector. Game over. A quick word about our infantry here. These 3 dots tell you this unit has 3 steps worth of damage it can take. All regular infantry are worth 3 steps. If he gets hit, you flip it over. Now he's only got 2 steps. And here are the weapons he has available. If he gets hit again, you're going to remove that marker and get the step down marker. One more hit and this unit's totally destroyed. After the second hit, you're going to put the regular marker into the loss box. Once you've lost 2/3 of an infantry unit, it's demoralized. It goes into the loss box, even though you may still have the 1-hit, 1-step marker out there. Just a quick word about the guts of combat here. When you're attacking a German position, the way it works is you're going to flip over the German marker and it's going to show you what his strength is, also what weapons are required to defeat him. You look at your marker and you have a relative strength 4-1. Also, BG, that's Bangalore Torpedo. You look at yours, well, what do we got? You got the Browning automatic rifle, you got demolitions, and you've got a bazooka. You don't have the required weapon to defeat that unit. So you would check the U.S. action chart, the U.S. attack results chart, and it'll tell you whether you were able to defeat it, whether you were able to disrupt it. Maybe your unit got disrupted. Maybe you'll have to add another step of German depth. Usually, if you initially have enough strength, it'll tell you to flip over that depth marker and see what other hidden strength that German has under there. So now that German has a combined strength of 4. You need the Bangalore Torpedo, the radio, and demolitions to defeat this unit. So what you can do, you can have more than one unit attack. Now here we can see Bangalore Torpedo. We got the mortar, got the Browning automatic rifle. We still don't have the radio requirement, but that's basically how it works. If you have the required strength, if you have the required weapons, you can disrupt or destroy that German position and take control of that hex. So, D-Day at Omaha Beach. What did I think? Well, earlier on I asked the question if the rather disappointing component quality would be a deal breaker. And the answer to that is no. While it was a little bit underwhelming, what I found in the box, I will tell you the saving grace of this game is John Butterfield's design. It is elegant, it is smooth. If you're someone who's used to rolling those dice for combat, it's going to feel a little bit weird at first, but as you play the game, you'll come to find that it works really well. The rules, while complex, are not so complex that you're going to get bogged down. So you're going to find within a few turns, things are going to start to just fall into place. And you're going to be going phase to phase, turn to turn, with your average turn taking maybe 15-20 minutes. I'll tell you this, you're going to die. Die, 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 die. This game is tough, and it should be. It's Omaha Beach. The carnage was brutal. Very few of your infantry units, or even armored units, are going to make it all the way up the beach without having been hit at least once, maybe twice. More often than not, you're going to lose by reaching that limit in the catastrophic loss box. Some of the critique I've heard is that this game is too hard. One of the nice things about this game is, hey, it's solitaire. There's nobody sitting across the table from you that's going to throw down the cards and accuse you of cheating. It's really easy to house rule. If you pick up this game and it's too hard and you're getting frustrated, it's easy to house rule. Give yourself an extra third action every turn, or maybe instead of throwing that unit into the loss box after its second hit, go ahead and wait until the step down marker's been eliminated. There's lots of little ways that you can tweak this game yourself if you want, but I prefer sticking with Butterfield's original intent. I've probably given this game a good 12, 13 playthroughs. I won once. And by one, I mean I had the required number of victory points to move on to the deeper campaign for the French countryside. It's a very good simulation. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it quite a bit. It's probably from beginning to end for the initial 16-turn invasion of the beach. It's probably going to run you about 3-4 hours total play time. Rulebook is really well structured. It's easy to look things up. It's easy to find. In addition, on the Geek, there are plenty of resources that will help you along. There's a flip book that you can print up that will walk you step by step through every turn. There's also, for the fire charts, action charts, things like that, a good geek brother formatted it so that you can lay it out in tiles alongside the map. This game is definitely worth it. Butterfield, well, what can I say? He's the Jedi Master. So even though the components are a bit disappointing, this is a game you should have in your collection. D-Day at Omaha Beach. It's steak and potatoes, everybody. I highly recommend. So that's my review. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, happy gaming.